Stop. Hey guys, welcome back to Tidbits and Tea. I've got a quick sketch for you today. If you watch from the beginning of the video where I start drawing, this face came out prominent and then this couple came out right after them. This gentleman down here, I think it's a gentleman, still not 100%. Could be a boy, a younger boy. Could also be a older man. Not real clear because there's a lot going on in his head. And then this younger girl came out later. But these seem to be the main three characters here. I got, you know, I forget the name of the movie, but where they say the bartender never gets killed, the bartender lived. If you know the name of the movie, you can put it in the comments. I can't think of the name of the movie. But I got that when I was doing this. Somebody didn't die. Somebody, I guess, is like a cockroach and they just couldn't get rid of them. Whether it's a male or a female. I got somebody was crying. An older man was coming home, but he wanted to play games. So a man came home. I thought this was a woman when I first started drawing, and the more I drew, it looked more like a man. I do think this man is in this man's thoughts, or boy's thoughts, and this man is also in this girl's thoughts, which kind of combines into this woman's thoughts also. So maybe this is the older man that came home. This is definitely a couple because they share the same eye. They're kind of meshed into each other. So I'm assuming that means that they are like-minded because they're sharing the same head. They both think on the same page. The woman here is very interesting. You can see where she's kind of got dual feelings. It's like she has this gentleman in her heart, in her chest, but her left side is more feminine, the right side is more masculine. So she's got an idea of what she wants this masculine to be in her heart. She's angry. Maybe she can't speak her piece, or she doesn't want him to speak his piece, but she's got a lot of anger here in her throat chakra area and into her heart, but she's hiding what's in her heart. You can see how she's covering it up. And her right side, her thumb in her index finger, which is fear, ego, and worry, is sitting right over her heart, kind of like she's worried about something he's going to do or not do. And then on her left arm, that's movement forward, and the elbows change in directions comfortably. Either she doesn't want him to move forward with something and she's trying to hold him back, or he wants her to quit moving forward with something and he's not okay with something she's been doing. The gentleman, he seems to be, his stomach is like in shock, like he's trying to assimilate a new idea, like he's still not sure what's going on with something. However, he's putting on this happy face, yet in his head, he's upset, or he's thinking about this guy being upset. I didn't draw that clearly in his hair, and that's all that came out. So I'm not sure if it's him being upset or he's really angry, but putting on this facade of being super happy and super jolly. I did get Christmas twice, so holidays and Christmas, so this is probably taking place this week or today, since today is Christmas. But they both are like-minded and they both see the same thing, I'm assuming, for this guy here. And I probably should stop saying assuming. What I'm feeling is it's for this guy here. There's in his right side, in his hair, he's got this concerned look, and he's kind of looking over at this guy like he's trying to keep an eye on him, like he's worried or concerned. One eye open, one eye shut here. A little irritated maybe, even on that side, on the shoulder. Maybe whatever his decisions are causing a burden for this gentleman, yet he's still pretending to be happy. Between them here, there's a lot of people popping up and giving opinions. They look very disgruntled. Twice I also got talking, a lot of talking, fighting. It's getting ugly. Things are ugly. So I don't know what the argument is about, but there's definitely an argument going on here. Someone does whatever he says. It's like a dream. I'm compelled. I'm addicted. So I'm not sure if the older man's come back home and everybody's doing whatever he says, like how a vampire compels you in the movies. So maybe he says something and everybody jumps. I'm not sure if it's from control or just because he has a way of saying things and everybody just does whatever he says. But whoever the older man is coming home, it's like everybody's in some kind of dream or some kind, like a dream mood or like a zombie mode, and they just do what they're told. They're all just kind of compelled and they're addicted to doing whatever he says. And it's a control thing. However, I got heart attack, impending doom. The destiny is a heart attack. Someone is not well, and I don't know if it's the older man or the woman. And I say that because the woman has the anger on her heart. However, I had a little face down here through his throat. I didn't really draw anything on his chest, so maybe she's the one to have the heart attack, not him. And I could be wrong. It could be either or. Neither, or it could be this gentleman here that's just going through it. I didn't really get to draw a lot on his body because all of this is happening around him. Again, I had gotten, it's ugly. There's a lot of talk and a lot of fighting. I got I'm alone, and I got destiny. Someone's looking at pictures of the past. The song Chain Gang, I forget who sings that song, but the song Chain Gang, I kept hearing the words for the song Chain Gang when I was drawing around him. So somebody's back on the chain gang, and maybe that's all this talk and all this drama, and everybody's back on their own opinions and what's better. I say for this guy because he was the prominent picture, and these two are kind of together. So if they're going to be opinionated, it's going to be towards one person. But that's who I would say is looking at the pictures of the past and trying to get back on the chain. But the chain gang is here, and they're not going to let him back on the train. Someone's angry about something that's been done and wants revenge, but someone's extremely angry. This guy looks the angriest. I did see a lot of anger, though, in the talking and the people, but more so right around him. And he's even got, coming out of his mouth, it's almost like someone's making a plan or trying to speak through him. Or he's saying one thing, but he's extremely angry and thinking of different things. Whoever this is here, his heart's angry, he's upset, maybe more disgruntled, and is definitely thinking about one or two people here. And this looks like this guy, and this kind of looks like this guy with his hair slicked back and no glasses on him. If I drew glasses on him, maybe it looked the same. His hair looks a little messier here. I mean, it is Christmas morning, so maybe everybody's got morning hair here. Again, we all know I'm not the best artist. I sketch quickly. Hopefully I'll get better with time. The next thing I saw or heard, I kept getting John and Jacob. John or Jacob. I couldn't really tell if I heard John or Jacob. But whoever the name is, either the son has the same name or a grandson has the same name, but someone has the same name as John or Jacob. So there's two Jacobs or two Johns. And whoever they are, John or Jacob, promised to buy somebody something. They promised to buy somebody something, but something's wrong. But they promised to buy somebody something. So whoever it is always promising to buy somebody something. Maybe that's their language, why everyone does what he says because he buys them something. Or maybe it's this guy here. Everyone does what he says because he promised to buy them something. And then I also got promises, 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 working too long. Wait, no, I'm sorry, not working, waiting too long. Maybe somebody is working too long. But I got somebody's been waiting too long because there's promises, promises, promises. And either John or Jacob promised to buy something. Promised to buy something, something's wrong. Now I can't talk. Now my throat is all choked up and it doesn't want to let anything out. Someone is very present and very in love with someone else forever. I got that out of nowhere. Someone is the present. Someone wants to be a present or give a present to someone they're in love with forever, or that they're going to be in love with forever. And whoever that person is, whether it's this gentleman here and she doesn't know, or it's this gentleman, which I'm getting more that everything's focused around this gentleman here. He hasn't been happy since he was with whoever it was, and he wants to be alone with them and no one else. And he hasn't been happy since he's been alone with someone. Not sure who the someone is, but it's someone. Whoever they are, it's a good girl. It's a good girl, maybe good ethics, maybe just good-natured, good attitude, a sweet girl with a good girl is what I got. And he wants them to come back, whoever they are. He is watching her and wants it all with her. So whoever it is, he sees her, whether on a regular basis, maybe it's on social media, maybe there's a way he keeps tabs on her, but either way, he wants her back. She has his heart, and he's very sad about everything. I got the blues, the blues, the blues, and he wants her to know that he is alone. He wants her to know he is alone. I got that a couple times. He wants her home. So maybe she left. I'm not sure if he wants to move her into his home or he wants her back home, but she has left. And I kept getting mama, mama, mama. So I don't know if there's kids involved. This younger girl popped up, and I want to say this is a boy, but it could be a man. I kind of got scribbly in the face, and I probably could have more faces come out because I see eyes here. I see this. It's like, so if this is a child, there's a lot of people on the male side that are giving him opinions. It looks like this guy's in his head. Maybe that's his dad in his head. Maybe that's grandpa in his head here. And then this is maybe his emotions. He's upset. And then up here is this guy. And he's seeing this guy contemplating, thinking, angry, surprised, shocked, maybe sad. So I'm not quite sure exactly. This child, his chin going down between his mouth and his throat chakra, he's just kind of sitting here disgruntled. And in his heart, he's kind of angry and upset. So maybe this child has a lot of anger and dad doesn't know what's going on. His legs kind of have look, surprise, and shock in them. And I didn't do a very good job with this one. I was kind of on a time frame today, so I didn't get the bottom down here as well as I would other things. But it looks more like a female face. Maybe someone doesn't want this one to move forward. Maybe there's like I said, I was getting family fighting and it's getting ugly and people are talking. So maybe the kids are in the middle of it all and they don't know what to think or which direction to go. He does have his hand behind his back. So maybe he's listening or talking to someone that this guy, whether it's dad or an uncle or something, doesn't know about. This little girl cropped up and she's covered up in people and they all look concerned and worried, and her throat chakra shut, her mouth is shut. She looks sad and concerned. This woman came up in her head, and I think this is this gentleman here. So she's probably got these two in her head. She doesn't know what to believe because you see she's thinking like this, and there's a man that looks like him and two women and another gentleman right here. And then there's some men down in here, some faces. So since it's Christmas, this seems like it's all family. Again, it's ugly. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of fighting. And then out of nowhere, while I was drawing up here, I got you holler. You holler and quit copying me. So since I see two women, maybe... So I just had a major interruption, so I don't know which girl is which, but one has interrupted something and caused a fissure or caused an issue. Maybe these two were in a relationship and she caused the fissure, or these two were in a relationship and she caused the fissure, but somebody caused something and caused a major interruption in a relationship, which is probably part of all this fighting. And depending on who these are, there seems like there's a lot of control and a lot of hands hidden that are part of it in the middle of it all. Again, I got quit copying me. So maybe one of these women is a copycat trying to be like the other one. I got fire in the house. So either there's really a fire in the house, or the fighting and arguing is that bad that it's like a fire in the house. Someone wants to sit down and talk. They need to sit down and talk. They've got to sit down and talk. They need to clear things up. He never really listened, but he understands. So maybe her mouth is open, so maybe she's the one that was trying to tell him something and he never really listened. And maybe you see this guy back here or this other person back here that's sharing the same eye as her. So maybe there's an affair going on. Someone with a pretty smile put a heavy load on because he knows he's hurt her, or she's hurting so. So maybe she put the heavy load on him because she has this other person down here. And he knows the truth. I do get he knows the truth. He knows she's hurting, so he paid a price for loving her. So I'm not sure if he paid a price for loving her or a price for loving her, because somehow something got interrupted. My gut is it was these two and she came in between but had someone else, and someone may have had a hand in that. And I say that because of the control. And the control here, maybe they both had a hand in it and were in it together because they share the same mind. Either way, he's paid a price for something, which might be why he's so angry. And I got, what was it I said I had earlier? Angry about what's been done and wants revenge. So maybe the truth is all coming out, and that's where all the fighting is coming from and why things are getting so ugly. He's thinking about her completely. He's trying to see the full picture. He's starting to understand. He misread a lot of things. I'm sure veils of illusion were put over. Maybe she said something and he wasn't listening because he thought she was picking fights. I'm not sure. Maybe that's why the kids have all this confusion, because maybe this was a parental figure and someone came between. Maybe it's family that came in between something. I think it was more relationship just because of this hidden person right here. I also got, she wasn't faithful. He's thankful now because he sees real love. You have to lose to win. So maybe even though he's angry, he's thankful he knows the truth about what has happened and what's coming out, because he could have been stuck possibly. This looks like him here, brooding and thinking and contemplating and upset. And maybe this is what the child is seeing, him and all his emotions, knowing what is in his head, and then listening to the rest of the family running their mouths, and everyone has an opinion. And you know, people always have an opinion about what's best for the kids. And then I got freedom. You have to lose to win. Freedom. I got two songs. The song Stairs by In Excess and the song The Killer Inside by Better Than Ezra. Does she see the killer inside? Does she see the killer inside? I also got that he's very tongue-tied. And maybe she said something to him and now he's seeing, I didn't erase that good enough. Maybe now he's seeing the truth. You can see the left eye. It's just all kinds of chaos around this left eye. That's this eye, the female, that the female doesn't want him to see something. This female maybe didn't want him to see something. That looks like her here, talking and talking. Maybe she's still trying to get back in his good graces. But again, I got the song Better Than Ezra, Killer Inside, and In Excess Stairs. In one of those songs, it talks about a lot of paradox and contradictions. So maybe this whole thing is a paradox. Maybe these two contradicted each other. Maybe one was a copycat to the other purposely to pull him apart and pull him away. I also got that they pass each other and they live similar lives, or they live near each other's lives. Whatever it is, he sees her on a regular basis. They're in the same spaces. They have similar movements. And then I got something needs some time. So I know that's really quick today. And I'm going to run this video through the drawing real quick, and then I will see if I see anything else from just watching it draw all the way through, because like I said, it kind of tells the story when you watch the drawing as it comes up. If you don't watch through the end of these videos, I really encourage you to, because it shows the drawing and you can see so much more when the drawings come out. It is Christmas Day, so I am not as detailed on this drawing. I kind of threw this out in about 30 minutes. So one more other quick thing that I noticed when I first started drawing this, this gentleman here, it was almost like he had this face or this face, and then it warped into his face. And I do think that he's not the only one that's sad, and whoever it is he's thinking about or leaving, I think everybody, there's a lot of grief in the situation, let alone the anger and everything else. Sorry, that pencil's leaving a shadow there. And I do think also that this girl right here is the same girl as this girl here, because she pops in like she's needing to be with him or talk to him, or somebody saying something to her, and then she's confused. But again, you'll have to watch the whole drawing from the beginning, and you can kind of see the story play out as it goes. And I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday, and I will see you on the next film. Thanks.